Hey guys, welcome back into God of War Ragnarok, which might be our final episode. Last episode, we completed the game, and it was a unbelievable ride the entire way through. Jotunheim. So much happened. We lost Brock, we lost Freyr, we destroyed Odin, we destroyed Asgard. The Asgardians are now going to go live in Vanaheim with the Vanir. Which is interesting, knowing the history between the Aesir and the Vanir, and that it's just never been good in general, their relationship. But it seems like Hildisvini and Sif are going to be leading the march and getting those two tribes to kind of come together, so that'll be really interesting if we get to see any of that. But yeah, Atreus is now a grown boy.
Stomach, it'd be twisting right now.
Off on his own.
Odin is gone. There's no remaining threat.
No, it's from excitement. Hardly any non-giants have gotten the great privilege of visiting the realm of the Jotnar.
It's truly an honor to be among a very select few.
And now we're just off, traveling the realms, taking care of some side stuff with Mimir and Freya.
So this is Jotunheim.
As beautiful as the stories. And then some.
Oh, hey! There's Angraboda. The puppy.
Company's here, Finn.
Angraboda,
Kratos, Mimir, Freya. It's good to see you.
I wish to thank you for creating a path out of Asgard for us.
Aye, a true pleasure to meet the lassie who saved our skins.
Indeed. Your giant stuff magic is truly a marvel.
We were so glad we got there in time. Freya, your brother's sacrifice won't be forgotten.
It won't.
I will say, you've made quite the impression on our Atreus' heart.
Mimir,
Oh, like you weren't thinking it, brother.
Shush, Mimir. Yeah,
You're
don't
a
say that out
cherished
loud.
ally, Angraboda. I hope we cross paths again.
I imagine we will. There's lots to do, and I'm just getting started.
Aww. She's come such a long way from not wanting to deviate from the prophecy that she had been handed. Pet the puppy? Oh. Finn is one of my favorite parts. Oh, he is a good boy. Look how sweet those eyes are. This sweet baby in this giant menacing body. I love it. Oh man. Is Atreus not here?
Kratos, the last time you were here was because of Faye, right?
you saw this in prophecy.
Your son told me. It's a beautiful place to rest.
It is what she wished.
I mean, we've got paths that are closed off.
Angraboda, you are the last giant left in Jotunheim.
No, actually. My grandmother, Gryla. She's, not really one for visitors, but she's still here. She's helping me forage at the moment.
After all you've done, lass, she must be so proud to have a granddaughter such as yourself.
She might be. Someday.
Aww.
I don't know quite yet, but I think it's a start.
Okay, that's so sweet. They are actively making amends. Where's my son? Got any thought on the soulless creatures, Freya? Oh, it's the fox. Oh my god, you're so pretty. I don't know, it feels kind of bittersweet for it to be over. Aww. We got the yak as well. I mean, I guess we head out. We go do stuff. We have to go find the Raven Keeper. We have to find Gna. Pieces of Asgard have fallen into the realms that have to be taken care of. Let's take a stop by Niflheim and see. Because we have one chest in Niflheim that won't open, and I don't know if that's maybe because it's attached to the Raven Keeper, because we have all the ravens, as far as I'm aware. But it's so bittersweet, because Atreus is off, you know, figuring out who he is. And now it's just Kratos traveling the realm with his friends. And Lunda. Oh, what do you need?
No, nothing. It's just, don't know if you've heard, but we're gonna say goodbye to Brock in Svartalfheim.
A funeral.
Yeah. We're meeting at Rab's Tavern in Nidavellir.
We will be there.
Something else we gotta do. It's gonna be super sad.
That path wasn't there before, was it?
Ooh.
Might be worth exploring then.
Freya, we're going this way. The broken prison. Ooh. What is this?
Hang on a minute. Is this a prison?
It would seem so.
Let's continue. Might be something useful inside.
All
This
right.
place goes deep. We should head downward.
Ah, yes. I'm sure there's nothing especially dangerous at the bottom of an Asgardian prison.
What could be in here?
Master is no more.
Whatever it is, it's... Yeah, you guys, your cult leader's dead. Just take a break. Take 5, man. You don't need to work anymore. Don't you guys want a break? Then again, they don't really... They're probably mindless in some ways, so...
If the Einherjar survived Ragnarok, perhaps some of the inmates did as well.
Let us find out.
Whatever's in here, we couldn't get to it until the end of the game, so let's figure this out. Alright, I do love that there are like post-game things to do, because the ending was so good, but it was just kind of emotionally tiring as much as it was beautiful.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Rude. Could you like... I'm gonna punch you just because I can. Rude. The ending was so beautiful, but like tiring mentally.
Recognize him, Mimir?
I do not, sadly. Of course, the Einherjar disappeared a fair few dwarven rebels during the occupation. I suspect this is one of them.
What's the chain do, I wonder?
Oh, I will figure it out for you. Ah! Can we get to the... There we go, next level. But there's a chest over there. Might have to come at this from a different angle. Okay. Oh,
I felt that one.
thought I blocked that. Still on guard duty even after the boss is dead. You guys know you're not gonna get paid, right? Alright, does this chain still move this? No, this moves another one. Okay. Looks like we'd want to keep it there.
That's an elf, but not a particularly high-ranking one. So what did Odin have to gain by imprisoning them?
I'd say information, but why keep them locked up afterward? Why not just kill them?
You know what? For some reason, Odin's got this thing against killing people he doesn't like. I think he just likes to keep them around alive to torture
Careful,
them.
brother.
Oh.
These prisoners may not be as grateful for their freedom as one would hope.
Why you always gotta start something?
Oh, well, you're very bloody welcome.
You always have to start something. You can never just be happy. Oh my god. Freya, do the thing. Die, okay? It's always something with dark elves. Okay, well, I've unlocked that, but that doesn't answer how we're gonna get up. Really? Oh. Up. Hold up. That was such an awkward way to fall.
Nicely done.
Okay, no more awkward falls. Ah, okay. Okay, this one does not open. Alright, we are missing one rune. Ooh. Okay, there is a chest up there. Let me move this chain so that we can get to it. I have to put this other platform all the way up. Is that good enough? I think. Oh, did that break my spear? Oh, I might not have put a spear in there yet. My bad. I love working with Freya. I'm happy that this friendship has survived despite everything. Ooh. Oh, wait. That's how we got down here. So we just opened another path? Yeah. Alright, just made things a little bit easier. Not seeing a rune. Got a lucky charm. Alright, back down. Probably should move this too. Oh wait, no, I can't do that here. I have to go down one more. Alright, this needs to go right there. Yes. Checking for runes. I know. Oh. Ooh, yep, that was my bad. Our first post-game death. Okay, sweet. Just put me back where I was. Oh, stop focusing. Thank you, thank you. Oh. You dead? No. You dead now? Yes. Ooh, we got a traveler. Hello, my friend. Would you like to follow me this way? They don't even stick. Okay, come here. All right, there we go. All right, let's do this. And Yar, stay away from me. Take that Bifrost, thank you very much. Poor guy. Got bullied a little bit. If I were a rune, where would I be? Ah! In plain sight. That is where I would be. They're so in sync. It's so fun. Don't really know how much it matters to still be collecting this stuff, but I just want to do it. I'm not sure how many of the side quests we have left to like add something to the story. I'm sure finding Gna does. And then maybe the Raven Keeper, since they made such a big deal out of like having the ravens be attached to something this time around. Alright, that does not open. Oh, that's yours.
Who was he?
I don't know. A gardener, perhaps? Dreamshade is difficult to keep alive, even under the best conditions, but this... He gave all his strength to keep it alive.
Aww.
He is right. You should have it.
Okay, we need to move that chain there. Let's go up. Alright, this needs to go down. How far down, though? Ah, that should suffice. That should be fine. Yep, that should work. Can't open that. Can't open that either.
Freya, I can't believe it.
Wait, that can't be.
There's no way.
Lord Tyr.
Is this an illusion?
No, brother. No, I think it's the real deal.
Mimir? Is that you, old friend?
In all the important ways, aye.
There was such a commotion. If Odin learns what you've done...
Odin is dead.
The realms are at last free of him. You're safe.
Odin's dead.
And Asgard fallen.
So the reign of the Aesir is truly over. That's quite a lot to take in. And you are?
His name is Kratos.
Kratos. I know that name.
Come.
Yeah, you had our
You
vase.
need real shelter. Food.
No. No, what I need most now, I think, is to reflect on what you've told me. I need space, if you would grant me that.
Very well. Our home is in the realm between realms for the moment. You can find us there when you're ready.
Kratos. I know you from somewhere.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sure it will come back to me.
But you know, like the
Until
old
then.
hymn. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Like, okay, ooh, I need to read this. When Asgard fell, the true prison holding Tyr fell with it. We happened upon it in Niflheim. Finally, we meet the war god of legend. He is different from the one we thought we knew. Yet he has been through much and needs space to recover. May he find peace he seeks in the new world. So we found the man that everyone made such a fuss over. And he wants space. He's like, look, I've been through a lot. I'm just gonna take some time to myself. Which, understandable. I don't know, man.
Your concern, but I'm fine. I guess we all are. But I would love to be alone for a moment.
Okay. Do you realize how much trouble we went through to find you, and then it wasn't really you, and then our friend died? And it's post-game. It's post-game. The real Tyr is sitting right there meditating. I guess we leave. I mean...
That was truly him.
It's hard to trust anything after what we've been through. But with Odin gone, I have no cause to doubt it.
Our paths will cross again. Of that, I'm sure. Where to now?
I guess we continue on our mission to do the things we actually planned to do. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, it's so cool to see him, but he's like reacting, I guess, in the way I would expect
Now
a
we
war
know what
god
this
to
prison's
act.
for. This is where Odin stashed those he would camouflage himself as.
Makes sense. If you're going to imitate someone, you wouldn't want them walking around.
Why not kill them?
He must need them alive in order to assume their form.
Aye. Odin likely wanted Tyr dead for a multitude of reasons. But he knew Tyr would be more useful alive.
Your God of War has truly returned. What now?
That's what I want to know.
Stretch his legs, I imagine. Imprisonment stokes wanderlust. Not that I need to remind any of us of that.
Longing for a world we shall not see again.
Okay, so this opens now. Was Tyr the last piece?
Get away from me.
Get away from me. Ooh, we found the Raven Keeper. Well, that was easy. Jumped right out at us. I mean, you know, he's reacting the way I would expect a war god to act. He's just like, I've been through some stuff, but I guess now I'm just gonna go stretch my legs and figure things out.
And still they come.
Okay. I guess it's to be assumed, you know, he's probably gonna play a large role in the next game, considering we went through all of this and just to find him later. Oh, who's behind me? Up. I'm too focused on thinking. Okay. Back to it. Well, we have accomplished one thing we kind of set out to do, which was find the Raven Keeper. Let me go talk to Lunda really quickly.
job you did at Ragnarok, General. Wish I could have been there to see you and Sindri take down Thor and Odin.
That is not what happened.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's the story I like best.
Let's
One thing is, Odin's paid in full for what he did to Brock. I
yeah.
know it doesn't fix what's broke, but it ain't nothing.
I agree. Let's put a little bit of respect on Thor's name. He tried to get away from an abusive parent.
Your arrows will bring her down.
And still they come.
Watch your left!
Get rid of this. I don't want to use all the rage, just part of it. Okay, you're leaving again. Oh, focus on the wrong guy. Oh, ow. How do you feel when people throw things at you?
Frost in my neck stump.
Sorry. Oh, move. Thank you.
We'll take it down together.
The pale one. Where is this pale one? Because I don't think it's you. Oh! Ah, it is a dragon. All right, well. Could you leave? This has nothing to do with you, random little man. Could you please switch to using Ratatoskr? That would be amazing for me.
Incoming right side!
Ooh, yep, too late on that one, Freya, but that's okay. You're still here? Bro, find someone else to hang out with, not us. Okay, I'm trying to focus Kratos. There you go. Dude, fuck off. There you go.
Why not?
Eyes up.
Ooh, that still hit. One second. Can I convince Freya to use Ratatoskr? Or is that something that's just outside her abilities? Damn it, lady. Why can't you summon a squirrel? That's all I want. Ugh. There we go.
Clearly the ravens, the children, appreciated it as well.
Is there nothing to be done for them?
I believe we have done something.
Perhaps.
Oh, are we just done here? I guess so. The Eyes of Odin have been complete. Alright, according to Mimir, this Raven Keeper was an acolyte of Odin. Lacking the physical prowess of a Valkyrie, she proved no less useful for her cunning and sailor magic craft. Odin was in need of eyes in all the realms, and it was she who offered a solution. She stole the souls of children and reshaped them according to Odin's malevolent will. In freeing the ravens around the realms from her servitude, we incurred her wrath. Now we have rid the realms of both the winged spies and their creator. I only hope those poor children may find some measure of peace. Aww.
Mother and father perished at last. Finally now, our anguish may pass.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's all we can do for them. All right.
Hello, Linda.
Hey, you guys. About your brother. I never got the chance to tell you. I know moments like this you're supposed to say sorry and whatnot, but I always known that pretty man had greatness in him. That he'd do something amazing one day, and I'm just, you know, I'm proud that now the 9 realms know it too.
I thank
That
you.
was nice.
Anytime, ma'am.
It sucks. We have, like, not a single character left that's, I don't know, here for just a good time. The comedic relief is gone. Our fun friends are dead. Okay, well, this trip to Niflheim has been eventful. And we're not really done here. We have... How do we do this? Okay, so with the upgrade that we were given from Ratatoskr, we can just go to new areas, which is great, because there have been several things that I've needed to get back to. I love it when the gateways just open up. Okay. If I were a Berserker, I think I was this way. We got Berserkers to take out. We have to find... I was about to say, are you confused? What if I just want to go find this Berserker? We have to find Gna and take care of the Berserkers. And we have those, fallen pieces of Asgard to take a look at. Who's here? Leave me alone. I just want to fight the Berserker, not you. Oh, someone's still alive? Go away. Go away. I have quite literally bigger fish to deal with.
Protect yourself!
I have other things to do. Okay. Oh, that was a labor completion, though. I don't really know if I'm going to take time to try to do all the labors. I really don't know which one of them are left. I could look at the codex.
Skjothendi the Unerring. Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Okay, so I just need to be, look, careful about getting close to this one. Oh, you know what? This might be a good fight for that one upgrade that I never cared for. What was it? A successful parry removes Bifrost, I think? Ugh, that's messy. Thank you for that. Let's see if this works. It does. Oh. There we go. Oh, I keep missing that one attack. Oh, crap. Oh, you know what? Throwing the axe might work for that.
Is this all you got?
Oh, it does! I haven't tried that in forever because it just hasn't worked. Okay. Okay. Alright. Not that bad. Alright. Let's get this over with, because we have a handful left of these to do.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
And nothing that can be done about it. Oh, thought I got caught in the wall. Right in the ankle. behind the ankle. You got jump. Can't have that much life in you. You gotta jump. Yep. Goodbye.
Hunting these berserkers. I am reminded of our search for the Valkyries 2 winters ago.
I can see the similarities, aye.
There is one difference. With the Valkyries, you lacked spite.
Brother, I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't know the full tale.
I know how it feels to be wronged, and how it feels to achieve vengeance. I would hope to spare you the disappointment.
Aye.
Their relationship is the best. Oh, there's something undiscovered here. What could it be? I hate undiscovereds because honestly, they give me so much anxiety. Remnants of Asgard lore here. Something undiscovered here. Wait. That's new. That's a new little area. We couldn't get to that before. Okay, we got a remnant of Asgard. We got buried treasure somewhere. Nothing in the lower woods where the house is. There's something in the sanctuary. We need to head back there. We got the gravestone. I've been to this one before, but I couldn't touch anything. Ooh, something undiscovered there. Oh, wait, this is by the Norns. Okay, hopefully having new gateways open to us thanks to Ratatoskr will make this little run around a little bit easier. I don't think I'm going to record all of it. Like, it'll be recording, but I probably won't keep all of it in because there's going to be a lot of backtracking and a lot of things that have to be done. All right, let's start at the realm door and move backwards.
Do you hear that? Someone's crying.
Sinmara.
Surtur's love. Should we try to tell her what happened?
She knows.
Can we find her, or is this something that might be best left alone?
Freya, here.
Oh. Got a
I
bloom.
did not think anything grew here.
Oh, can we even speak to her? I have no idea where she would be. Maybe it's best to not. Oh, I'm sorry, Sinmara. Oh, that's rough. I kind of forgot about Serge's wife for a minute. Alright, let's make a Midgard run. Where can we go? Let's go this way. Let's go see Chaurli.
We're heading back to Chaurli?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna be very happy with me.
I wouldn't be
No.
happy with you either. Oh, sweet cold boy.
Chaurli. I'm sorry, I have no excuse for neglecting you. I will do my best to earn it.
Aww. Can we light any more fires on the inside?
Is someone inside?
Yes.
Oh, it's the
Warming up
traveler.
already, isn't it?
Birgir,
Hello.
what are you doing here?
Keeping warm. Both of us. It is your home if you wish me to leave.
No. It's good that he has someone.
Will you stay?
There is still much to be done.
Then we will wait. And when it is time to rest, I will keep the hearth warm.
Thank you, Birgir.
Aw, Birgir. I would definitely shut the door. You got a lot of frost in here. Aw, but that's really nice of him. I was missing you at the final battle, buddy, but you know what? Understandable.
Freya, a flower.
I found you a flower.
Merkweed.
Oh, hey, we're almost done with our flower collection. Bye, Birgir. Bye, Chaurli. Aw, I'm happy that Chaurli has Birgir.
Goodbye, Chaurli. Soon.
Oh. All right. Well, that has taken care of this tiny little area. We have found a flower. Let's look at the map. Is there anywhere that has just opened up? Let's head back to this center area here. Let's hunt down those pieces of Asgard while we're looking for things. I could have sworn up. You know, it's probably the excess Bifrost magic. That's probably where it is.
You know, back in Jotunheim, I had half a mind to ask Angerboda what exactly her intentions were with the lad. One look at her, and any doubts I had melted away.
Oh.
It's a question every parent must grapple with sooner or later.
I trusted her with my life. I trust her with my son.
You can't argue with that.
Oh. Kratos and Mimir co-parenting. With a little bit of Freya on the side.
Your master is no more. Be at
Oh, you guys just had to bring in... Hey!
Brace yourself. Carry it.
Oop. Rude. I got it. Sort of.
Behind you, look out!
All the times with that knife. All the time. I always getting stabbed by this guy. Oh! That was scary. That's an interesting combination you got there, good sir. I'm just gonna stab you or you can't do anything about it. How about that? Yeah! When in doubt, stab your enemies when they can't do anything.
The Einherjar will continue to be a nuisance for the realms.
Only if we do nothing. The realms will never heal if they remain.
How many more?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, that was 1 of 10. There's still this. This is where the Norns are, right? What is this undiscovered? Oh, what's this? Ooh,
I see another realm tear from Garm. Shall we close it?
I forgot that this was a problem. Oh. I'm gonna hate this. Oh, who did that?
What now?
Oh, really? Yeah, that's fine.
Off your back.
Okay. I gotta do these alone. Freya cannot help me. Oh, it's gonna make me climb again.
I see another realm tear from Garm. Shall we close it?
Go for it. Go away. Oh, dang it.
What now?
Still someone here. Are you the same person? No. Oh. I don't know what happened there.
But I'm sure our work is far from over.
Okay, there's only 3 more of those to go, but is that what we were seeing on the map? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's cleared up. We have... Okay, so the remnants of Asgard actually go on the map. That's good to know. The Oarsman Gateway. Will that take us up to the council? We haven't been up to the council with Kratos at all. We went once as Atreus to find Freya. All right. Map check. Let's see. Overall, we are missing a remnant of Asgard. We know where that is. Buried treasure. I do not think I have a map to that. And something undiscovered. Okay. I do not think I have a map for this missing treasure. I mean, I guess I can check. Nope. Nope. Washed ashore. Where exactly is this? This is in the realm of the dwarves. I never found that? Wild. I know exactly where that is too. I could have sworn we passed over there.
Freya, something is on your mind. What is it?
Freyr's sword. I'm glad he got it back.
Odin stole it?
Not quite. It couldn't be stolen. It had to be given freely. Freyr had it forged in his younger days, imbued with its own motives and passion. For centuries, he swore he would only ever set it down in death or upon meeting the love of his life. Both he and the sword were romantics, you see.
Aw, Ingrid. I'm gonna miss Ingrid. It was such a good sword. Have you always been here? Oh. Just a random frozen man with some money. Sir, could you have found a treasure? Oh! Dear? Okay. What you up to?
I would be left alone, please.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Would you like some shoes?
What a beautiful dagger.
Impractical.
Ceremonial.
Oh, this was stolen from his temple. Dear bestie, what are you looking at? Oh. You know, I think I'm just weirded out by him at this point. Because we spent so long in the presence of fake Tyr, and now we have this Tyr. Okay, I guess we just have to keep an eye out, because, he's just, you know, vibing. Maybe we'll see him again and he'll want to chat. I just hope he isn't too annoying about Kratos' past, because he definitely knows who Kratos is as far as, like, the Ghost of Sparta goes. But he doesn't know Kratos the Papa. Alright, I mean, he's just there, you know, hanging out. Right in the knees.
Sigil magic could break through their shield!
Switching up. Oh, okay. I'm in a weird place here. I got it, Freya. Okay, just run through me, I guess.
Right side, brother!
Take care of the rider first!
Behind you, brother!
Ow.
The rider heals his mouth!
Felt that one, brother.
Would you like go away? Come here.
Last one.
Ooh, defend the prison. Rally your forces, make haste to the prison that has fallen in Niflheim. And now lies near the Raven Tree. Do not let the prisoners escape. The Queen! Gna.
I don't understand why they keep fighting. Can't they sense Odin is dead?
They are soldiers. They will always be loyal to him, alive or dead. It is a matter of honor.
Yes, we will continue to follow his orders and keep the realms under his thumb.
Not for long, they won't.
Alright, that's 2 of 10 remnants of Asgard. I don't expect there to be anything in the temple, but we might as well check. Oh, Lunda! You set up shop.
Hear the little shop I'm running out in the Alpine Desert? There's something y'all are probably gonna want to see.
The shop in the Alfheim Desert? Okay. I gotta head back to Alfheim anyway. There's some stuff in that pass between the temple and the sands that have some stuff that we're missing. So I have to head back that way anyway. I think it's this way is the easiest way to get down. Alright, something we want to see by Lunda's shop. That's easy enough because her shop is like right there by where I want to be anyway. Is that up near the council? I hope it is, but I'm not sure.
Freya, you spoke of your brother's sword. How did Odin acquire it?
I'll answer this one. Odin disguised himself as the most beautiful person Freyr had ever seen.
This separated Freyr from his sword.
Oh, with embarrassing speed.
Oh no.
I am glad Freyr ultimately retrieved it.
Me too. My little fool.
Oh. At least they got to make amends before he died. Okay, let's see if going to the oarsman goes under that little cliff or over that cliff and we can get back to the council. I just want to see if anything's there. No, I know where this is. Well, that sucks. Yeah, because I kind of wanted to go to the council, but it's up there. Well, there should be a way to the council through that area, I think. Because didn't Sindri open that door for him and Atreus? Huh. I might have should have tried that. Because I don't think that... Does that lift go all the way up? I don't quite remember. You know what's easier? Just hopping in a realm door. Going back to a realm door and hopping in is honestly easier.
Here. You may tell a story, if you wish.
Am I preferable to silence at last?
Yeah.
A rare day. I'm touched. But since you mention it, there has been one on my mind of late. It goes back to my earliest days, when I had little more to do than observe the mortals who passed through our forest. One summer, a local laird of renowned eccentricity chose to sequester himself with a small coterie of kinsmen and followers. The aim of their woodland retreat was to achieve enlightenment through study and discipline. They took oaths to brook no distractions until they became wise men.
Distractions.
Ah, women, drink, mostly women. As you can imagine, things deteriorated quickly. By autumn, tempers were frayed and wisdom remained in short supply. One day, I watched as the laird and his brother took their hunt. There they found, at the banks of a river, a lady as fair as any they'd left behind. She pleads for their assistance for fear the currents would carry her off if she tried to cross. The laird doesn't miss a beat. He hoists her onto his shoulders, carries her across, sets her down, doffs his cap, and fords back across to his brother, who is dumbfounded, can't even bring himself to speak. The day stretches on, the laird carries on hunting, and his brother quietly gnashes his teeth down to powder. Finally, the dam breaks. "Brother," he cries, "how could you do it after everything we've sacrificed? How could you break your vow like it was nothing, carrying that lass on your shoulders like you were a Shetland pony?" The laird just smiles. "Brother, I sent that lass down across the river. 'Tis you that carries her still."
Oh.
Oh, I got a chuckle. A rare day indeed.
Called him out on that one. You know, there were so many little openings to the temple. And we haven't really... maybe we should just walk the perimeter of the temple. Because we can get the dogs. We've been in there. That's where the raiders were.
Freya, when Hildisvini went to Helheim, how did he not freeze to death?
A perk of the Jofur.
The boar-shifting warriors of Vanaheim, as wise in statecraft as they are deadly on the battlefield.
So they may shift into whatever form they like.
Sure, so long as the only two shapes they'd like to shift into are human and boar.
Well, that's simple enough.
A nice knife. Shame it's rusted.
Ooh. Okay. Part weapon, part status symbol, the dagger from the east is said to be so deadly that it can only ever be drawn from its sheath in case of extreme conflict. Should its bearer wield the Jinbia? Okay. They risk bringing considerable shame upon themselves. Oh, I'm only missing one. Okay. It's gotta be around here somewhere, Freya. Considering there's probably more little areas around the temple that I just have not looked at. Like right there. Like right there. You guys know how many times
from the southern lands.
How many times I have passed this area? How many times I have passed this area? Sculpture from the Southern Empire. Now that is a civilization I would like to visit. If Tyr's writings are to be believed, the Southern gods are said to possess unparalleled wisdom and generosity. The ruler of the heavens apparently saw fit to give humanity the advances of writing, farming, calendar, and sciences. Imagine that, a deity who wishes to share knowledge rather than hoard it. Equally, I wouldn't wish to ever draw ire of such a pantheon. I've heard their god of death takes great pleasure in torturing expired souls with fire and water. Though I can no longer feel pain, I imagine he'd find a way to bring my current situation rather unpleasant. To make my current situation rather unpleasant. That would be an interesting pantheon to see. It really would. I don't even know where we'd end up going from here, honestly. There's so much just... Oh, wait. It says I'm missing one. Stolen treasures was what we were looking for, but it says there are 7 treasures missing here. this is... Where do I want to go? What am I missing? I missed an artifact at the Oarsman? Wild. Okay. Okay, the Oarsman goes that way. But honestly,
Brother, I've heard my share of stories about your homeland, but I've also heard that you once fought in a tournament.
I fought in many contests.
But this particular one, I heard you did battle with beasts, scoundrels, princesses, the undead, automatons, and history's greatest musician. That's not...
What?
That's not true, is it?
I would not speak of this.
Fair enough.
Wait, what? Oh! What was that called? What was it called? It was like Smash Bros, but for PlayStation. For PlayStation only characters. Was it All Stars? I like vaguely remember that. It was like Smash Bros, but for PlayStation exclusive characters, right? Man, okay. All right, let's work our way backwards from the Oarsman. Do I need this? No, because I've gone through the thing. We'll work our way backwards from the Oarsman. Because we're missing an artifact that's probably been right in... It's probably been right in my face.
Some of Kvasir's poetry.
What's this one? I only need one more. Okay. Horses of steel and oil and leather, brothers who fight and fall together. They rise from beneath, new day dawns. The future has teeth and yesterday's gone. Days gone? Yesterday's gone, brothers who fight, horses of steel, motorcycles, oil and leather, biker guy. I've heard some interesting things about Days Gone, but I've never played it. I just know it's like about zombies. I don't know why or what. Something must have come out at the time that made me not buy it, because I remember being interested in it in general. But normally if two things come out at the same time, I pick the one I just have greater interest in. There's a lot of things I haven't played now that we're on that topic that I really need to get behind. I've been really wanting to play Death Stranding, but largely because I'm just a fan of Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen. Gotta get behind the Uncharted series at some point. And I have not played the... I could have sworn we've been here. I gotta get on board with the newer Tomb Raider games. The ones that are kind of showing more of like a survivor lore than anything. Because I've played the ones that came out on like the Xbox 360. I played Legend, Anniversary, Angel of Darkness, or was it Angel of Death? It might have been Angel of Darkness. That was an old one. That was an old PlayStation one. I played Underworld, and then the one that either came before or after Underworld. Okay, this is busted. Kingsgrave. Oh, don't the Berserkers serve a king? Oh, is this like a Valkyrie situation where we find all the Valkyries and then we get to fight Sigrun, so we had to find all the Berserkers and then we get to fight the Berserker King? Okay. That is something I might not be able to do right now. Buried treasure. I have no clue.
Well, shame that's the last of Kvasir's poems.
Oh.
Why not write your own?
Been a while since I dipped my quill into the ink pot of poetry, but maybe it's time to try again.
I have a feeling I recognize that rune right off the bat. Definitely looked like a Bloodborne rune. Let's see. Is it this one? Yep. Kill and die, wound and sigh, bleed and perish, slay and cry, inject and deflect, think and reflect, fire, expire, murder, infect, the moon grows crimson, the mad townsfolk shout, the city a prison, carve your way out. I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne was my first FromSoft game, and still in a lot of ways, it's my favorite. The story, the aesthetic, the vibes, everything about Bloodborne was immaculate to me. Closely followed by Sekiro, but I think I like Sekiro just because I'm good at it. Alright, this is where we broke our boy out. Our fake boy. Caused us so many problems. Oh! Well, you're not supposed to be here. I would just like to bully this troll so that it leaves me alone. Thank you. One day you're gonna be really embarrassed if it doesn't pass. Oh, he has a sword in his calf. Huh, I wonder. Can I see your, like, thigh? Is it just glowing because you're on fire, not because I can, like, break your thigh or something? I don't know. That seems to be bothering you. I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh! Almost got taken out by that if I wasn't careful. Keep going for the ankles. Don't. Oh, you know what? Did we have troll hunting to do? Because we do have sleeping trolls.
I'm getting a really terrible feeling from this place.
This was where we freed the imposter. Dear.
Odin took our noblest instincts and used them against us.
That's what he always does.
We will bear the weight of our mistakes, not with guilt, but with footsteps heavy with purpose. Come. We have work to do.
Man. I don't know. When did my man become the positive one of his friend group? He's like, let's not think about our failures, but think about how we could be better. Ooh. We got a realm door over here. That would have been great to know. Child? Is it a child? It is a child. Come to me, little one. You must join your siblings. Nice. Cleared up the babies.
I believe that's the last of them.
And that's the last of them. Spectacular work. I guess. Not that I care. You mean nothing to me. Nothing at all.
That's great, friend.
You're not my friend. Goodbye. I love you.
Bye, anxious. He's so nice and sweet and just terrified of everything. Okay. It seems like it might be something I would be able to see from here. Is it this shiny thing? It was the glowing thing. Alright, that caught my eye the first time, but then I was like, there's no way it's that. It was totally that. Okay. We are missing... Ah, okay, I've missed something further down in the core. A legendary chest and something else. We're actually making our way back up towards the dig site. Remnants that way, Berserkers right there.
The hilt is drawn to the gravestone.
Who is this?
Bodvar the Fierce, Starolfr the Troublesome.
Your death will honor my king!
What was that scream?
Yes! Seek glory, my lord!
Okay, the fact that they might switch up on you. Oh, I knew it was coming. Just something about my brain took a long pause. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, yep. Okay. The fact that they are going to switch up, it seems like, with one focusing on us while the other focuses on Freya, might make a guard break a little bit annoying to get. Who wants to go first? Oh, damn it. That was my bad. Oh, you look at the blood on the ice. Ah, Kratos, that came from our skull. Oh god, that one was just scary. Okay, okay. I cannot let them get that long punch in, because that is just so sad. Okay. Avoid long wind-ups. Don't get ganged up on.
Starolfr the Troublesome.
Your death will honor my king!
Freya, you take the other one. Oh, nope. Okay, I think I made one of them mad. Okay. I'm trying to not grab both of their attentions. Don't walk into this. You're about to, though, because you're stupid. Oh, are you two together? That's cute and whatever. No. No. Ooh. Okay, that was that long wind up, just too close up for me to tell what it was. Which was almost bad. Yep, okay. It's like, I can kind of see you looking in my direction, but I don't know if you're actually aiming towards me. Come over here. Oh, no. No. Nope. I shouldn't have done that. Now I've caught both of them. Yep. Okay.
Well done, my shadow. Watch your step. Starolfr! Can't hide away! The end is near!
No. Let's hopefully finish this one off. There we go. Ooh, that was closer than what that should have been.
Watch your step.
Ooh.
Better move back.
Nope. There we go.
This was the last, was it not? Only the king remains.
Oh.
If you thought his berserkers were tough, well, I've been thinking about what you said, brother. Maybe it's time to let this go. Stepping
No.
up a dead man's
What?
soul with this old sword isn't going to change the past.
It is good to hear you say that. But I plan to face him regardless.
What? After all your lecturing on vengeance and spite?
It is not wise to let a malevolent spirit wander Midgard. But I needed to know you wanted this for the right reasons.
Huh. Appreciate the sentiment, brother.
Aww. Alright. Well, just gotta go get the king now. That should take care of that.
I just had a thought. With Asgard destroyed, where will the Einherjar go?
Valhalla exists both inside and outside of Asgard. Who knows what became of it?
Aye. Suppose they'll have to find rest somewhere.
Oh. Asgard's destruction is not the end of our fight. Once you have gathered yourselves and move your troops to my location in Muspelheim's Crucible, we shall strike back against the traitorous Frigg, this ghost of Sparta she travels with, and all who stand in our way. We know where Gna is. We know where Gna is.
I look forward to exploring Alfheim and not having to fight elves.
Do we not fight elves?
What makes you think that's an option?
They've united, haven't they? What possible reason would they have to attack us?
Sorry to say, but there are still plenty of elves out in the Barrens eager for conflict.
But
dang it.
Why? Freyr united them. They fought together at Ragnarok.
For those who have spent their lives in combat, peace is not always an option.
Dang it. I also just wanted to be in Alfheim without having to fight anyone. I just want peace. Peace for Alfheim. Peace for me. Give me a peace of mind. Stop with the elves. Though I do want to go back and see Freyr's elven friends. Where's this door? It's all the way over there. All right, Lunda.
Oh, good timing. Remember that thing I said you was gonna want to see?
Yeah.
You better go feast your peepers before it's over.
This is what she was looking for.
Wait a bloody moment. Is that?
Thor's hammer and his daughter.
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Aww. Oh, there she goes.
Well, good for her.
Aww. Okay, Lunda, I am happy to have seen that. You know what? She deserves it. Hey guys, that was an awkward little jump cut there because I took a little bit of a break before Christmas, and it's in January. And I took a break from God of War a week before Christmas. So the last bit of content you guys saw was easily 3+ weeks ago. But we still have a lot of things left to do. And this is about to be really, really sloppy. How many times can I get away with this before he teleports? The answer is a couple. I could get away with a couple. Alright. Let's push you two together. Yep, I like this. I like this setup. They're just gonna chill out and be friends. Yep, Freya, you throw in your own little stuff there. Okay, let's get him to a break. Come on, before this is up. There we go. Okay, throw this in there. Switch out. Can I get my blades, please? Oh god, one of them left. One of them left. Oh, crap. Okay. Throw him in the noggin. How many can I get away with? Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Oh, I was looking at the wrong guy. That's why it looked wrong. I was like, I'm not seeing any damage. It's because I was looking at the wrong guy. Bad, 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 bad. That was gonna be a race of who got there first. That's my favorite execution, I think. It's so pretty. Oh, can I get it? I did get it, but like not in time. He's dead anyway, it doesn't matter. Not bad for 3 months gone. 3 months? Oh my god, no. 3 weeks.
Aye. And one step closer to giving the realms a shot at healing.
3 months. Could you imagine? Okay, who were these guys? Brothers, still in service to Odin after Asgard has fallen. What they had hoped to achieve in the deserts of Valheim has now blown away with the sands to the wind. Should any more Asgardian forces remain loyal to Odin, I will rid this land of them. Okay. So that was fairly easy to take care of. I thought that was going to be a lot worse, especially because I've been gone for a while. So I think that actually cleared up the entirety of Alfheim. It did. Muspelheim. Okay, there is, ooh. Undiscovered. We don't need the challenges. Oh, we can get here now because we have the thing from Ratatoskr. All right, so that takes care of that. Still got things to do in Midgard. Oh, there's buried treasure here. I don't even know if I have a map for it. We can check. I need to... Did I ever take her? I did take her to see Chaurli because Birgir's there now. Birgir, whatever. The Berserker King. Gotta go take care of that. There's something undiscovered in this area. There's several things undiscovered. And lore in a legendary chest. I don't really know if I'm going to go for 100% across the board. It seems like it would be fairly easy to do where I am right now. But my biggest, like, concerns right now are getting to Gna. Oh, that's probably what is in Muspelheim. Sorry, it's been a wet bit. Getting to Gna, finishing that. Finishing the Berserker King, because I do love a good challenge fight. And then we'll probably go do the funeral, which I have been putting off for as long as I physically could because I just can't deal with it. I don't want to cry again, man. I literally I took my little vacation, I went on my holiday, I came to terms with everything that happened. I don't need that wound reopened. I really, really don't. Alright. Hey, Lunda. Okay, let's head into Midgard and take care of that Berserker King, or at least try to in the time frame that I have available to me for the day. Not that that really matters to you guys, because you guys will just... Oh, it's always in the middle. You guys will just see the short edited version of my multiple days of gameplay. There we go. That should be right about there. Oh, there's my door. Okay, we are in the right area. Perfecto. Was there anything else around here? Oh, this is where we were tracking down the Nords. Okay. Oh, this is the Broken Stone. Oh, hey, look, they already dropped me a couple of things.
It's reformed. Guess there's only one thing left to do.
Oh, you know what sucks about fighting with Freya, other than the fact that sometimes she just stands there? I don't have Ratatoskr, so my normal combination of freezing time then calling Ratatoskr to the field. I also don't have a health stone. We'll see if I need one. Probably. We'll try to go for 3 tries. Okay, so do you do... Oh, you don't even take damage except for your, stance. Oh my god, this damage is so minuscule. Huh. No. Those are my favorite moves. It's like, yes, jump at me, my guy. No, you wasted it. You wasted my moves. Oh, God. Oh, I always... Oh, God, that's scary. Did that do, like, nothing? Or am I just crazy? Okay. I don't think I need a health stone. I think I just need to be patient. Alright. Let's go again. Whoop, nope. Oh god, please focus, Kratos. Thank you. Nope. My bad. Really poor timing on that. Honestly, as long as he's just like a combination of no. As long as it's just a combination of like the melee berserkers, I should be fine. It's only gonna get like problematic if he can summon. Don't you do it! Ha! No, thank you. This is mostly gonna be a oh. No! This is, oh god. I thought I timed that bad. But what I was saying, this is mostly gonna be me trying to break his guard, apparently. In my personal opinion, that last one shouldn't have worked, but... could you not? Can I have this back? Thank you. Oh, that should not have worked. That was terrible timing, and I will admit to it. Okay, we've switched to fisticuffs. And magic. Come down here, buddy. Ooh, I hate that move. It's been forever since I've seen it, but it still like makes my chest kind of clench. Okay, but I have learned how to deal with that one that he just did because I used to get the timing so bad on it. Oh god, Freya, 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 Freya. Thank you. Well, that actually, you were not helpful, but that's okay. No. Okay, let's just get one break in using this, hopefully. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Kratos. That was almost my fault. Oh, you just have everyone, as long as he's not summoning. Aye, of course. No, I think not. Okay, got that timing back. No, thank you. Thank you. Oh, no, okay. Get a little bit more aggressive. Not really, not emotionally. Don't get me wrong, I love the axe, but it just feels so slow now in comparison to like using the spear. Ooh. Okay, I didn't realize what that was. Okay, focus, thank you. Focus, thank you. Okay. Oh, Oh, I haven't been able to knock someone out of the sky since the last game. Because that used to be how you had to handle Valkyries, but like, no, I hate that move. The timing's always bad and I'm always upset with myself. Okay. Can I get you to like... Okay, come on. That made me angry. Okay, he was about to jump for it though. Could you not? I am so unrelaxed. I'm literally like sitting up, which is something that I do not do. Oof. Let me lean back a little bit. I was gonna say, what's that? Are you just gonna keep doing that? Oh, it gives me Bifrost. I'm fucked. No, this'll do it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Give me that break. Give me that break. Stop trying to live. Stop trying to live. Oh! Come on, Kratos. This is nothing. Just finish it. Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Fit for a king.
Not sure if that was justice or vengeance.
The two
Doesn't
are not
matter.
always at odds.
Doesn't
What do you
matter.
intend to do with Skjothendi now?
I intend to use it.
No. Don't you understand the legacy that thing carries? Not to mention the souls of evil berserkers.
I will use it for good.
That won't erase its history.
No. But the story of this sword is still being written. Future generations will weigh its good deeds against the bad and decide for themselves.
You've come a long way from when I first met you, brother.
I have had good counsel since then, brother.
Oh, I love them. I love their relationship. Our boy's gotten all philosophical. It's the Greek in him coming out. Okay, that was not too shabby considering how long it's been. Man. I hope Gna is that. Actually, you know what? I do not hope Gna is that easy. For the love of God, please make Gna at least somewhat of a challenge. Like, that was difficult, but it's mostly like, hey, don't get hit. Former owner of the Curse Blade, Skjoldr, whatever they called it. An unworthy man who declared himself king, Mimir spoke bitterly of how he and his berserkers laid waste the kingdom of, What was that, Lyra? Was that what it was called? It was unlike Mimir to seek vengeance, but his cause is just. I have taken Hofnir's sword, once a symbol of betrayal, and used to rid these realms of him and his followers. I hope that brings Mimir some peace. Whew, I'm a little shaken up. That was stressful. Stressful, stressful, stressful. How do I get back out? There we go. Okay, well that took care of that. What else was in Midgard? There's buried treasure somewhere. Trying to weigh how much I care. That is a remnant of Asgard. Okay, I know from the letters that the Asgardian soldiers are answering to Gna, but do I need to fight all of the remnants in order to just go to Gna? Let's check Muspelheim. We'll check Muspelheim and see. Because there's something like right in here that's like undiscovered, and we do know the Gna set up camp in Muspelheim. It would be kind of cool if like she went to the top of the volcano and was at Tyr's temple, but we'll see what this undiscovered is. It's like right. Ooh.
You'd have brought a pail of water for 20.
Oh, you know what?
Right, business time.
Let's hope we don't need it, but I mean, we're sitting right here.
Want to talk for a spell?
Is there anything to talk about?
Feels half crazy to say it, but I've got a good feeling about that Thrud girl.
I do
Never
too.
minding what family she came from.
I quite agree. She's an impressive young woman.
I thought you might. Why, I ain't never seen anyone quite so awestruck as when she laid eyes on you back at the hole. Like meeting her idol.
She was
Aw.
apparently quite eager to learn from all the Valkyries. Now that she has Mjolnir, I expect her next stop will be to begin training with Sigrun.
I think Brock and Sindri would be happy knowing that hammer's finally with someone worthy to wield it. And a future Valkyrie, no less.
That's cute. Okay. Can we... This is probably where we have to go, right? Ooh, I do see an area to climb from. Oh, have we done this before? No. No, we normally just stay to the trial area. Right? Ooh. Oh, it made me take the stone. Well, I probably could have gone around, but... Okay, we got remnants over here. And we got a little camp area. I love the rainbows that come off of things from Asgard. Alright. We got journal. Is it poetry book? Whoa! No, it's not. Hi.
Gna. She's fierce. Attack only if you think we are ready.
Oh, I could... Can I just choose to walk away? I can. Can I get a close-up or... Oh, God. No, no, no. I just wanted to see your armor. I just wanted to see your armor. Okay. Oh, jump to the right is a wing. Okay. Oh, man. This is gonna be another gotta break fight. Okay, let's give ourselves, you know, one shot, one try. Oh, God. We both threw rocks. Sometimes you have to throw rocks at people you don't like. Oh, that's a bad time to freeze frame, because I don't really know what she's doing. Yeah, let's give ourselves a bit to figure out exactly what she's doing. Okay, so anytime she darts forward, I just need to leave. What is that? Bring me back up. I need to see exactly what I'm working with. Okay, so that's just like fire magic that stays on the field. I don't care for that. Don't worry, honey, I'll be back. Okay. I mean, she's got a couple of really cool moves I haven't seen before. I want to see those blades she's using again. Oh. Okay. Oh, I missed that move. What are you throwing? Oh, Soundstone. Oh, she has some of the old moves.
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for this.
Bringing back the Valkyrie nostalgia. In the ankle. Okay. So the dart forward is absolutely a move. As in, I need to move. Did I be concerned? Oh. I cannot just guard that. So do I hit her when she does it? Is that a possibility? Don't want to step in. Bye, Frost. So I'm not sure how much it matters when I'm in rage. Oh, nice! Oh! I forgot about that! Oh man, bringing back the moves. Okay. Is that like the classic, I gotta roll 3 times to get away from it? Okay, Gna. Let me... Okay, first let me get comfortable. I don't want to be like leaning forward the way I was in the other fight.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Even though I can feel myself leaning forward again, that's fine though.
Don't you see it's over? There's no need for
Oh.
Submit.
I want that guard break.
Sigil magic.
Ooh. Gna, you're on fire. I just thought you should know. I probably should have blocked that. That would have been better for me overall. Oh man, that ruined the guard break I wanted. That's okay, I'll get it back. Okay, they still do it in rounds of 3. No. Thank you. Oh wait, this is not the weapon I was using. Can I have my thing back? Thank you. Oh. Nothing against the axe, but the spear just moves quicker, which makes me happy. For Asgard! For Asgard! Man, this guard break is actually... I'm working for it. Oh, God. Oh, Gna, you're on fire. She doesn't have a Mimir to tell her, so I figured that I will be the annoying person and just keep repeating it until she figures it out.
Both been blinded by Odin. It doesn't have to end this way.
She needs to get her a talking head to tell her when she's on fire. Oh, crap. See, there you go. Oh, I forgot to say it will pass. That was my bad. I'm a terrible Mimir. Maybe we'll get another chance to char. You're on fire, Gna. It will pass. That sounded better. That sounded more correct. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. She's pausing. Oh my God, that's so stressful. Oh. Oh, okay. You didn't have to do that. Could you not? Oh God. Okay, there's like a very specific timing to that, and I hate it. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Switching arrows.
Oh, thank you for the health stone. I appreciate you. No, thank you. You can keep that. Oh God. Man, those are too many combos in rapid succession. Oh, come on. Can't lose this break. Okay. That was so immediate. Oh, thank God. Okay, put me back in, coach. Put me back in. Oh my God. Let's go, Freya. Let's go, Freya. Me and you, Freya. No. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it. I'm afraid to take my eyes off of her.
Submit.
Let's go, Kratos. We still got it. Rip her wings out. Oh.
You would judge me. You, whose cowardice has left entire realms in ruin.
Sister, I know the hate that burns you from within. I have felt those flames, known the comfort of their warmth. I wronged you. And I cannot change that. Never apologize enough for it. But the hatred, vengeance, you have to let it go. Finish it.
I guess that's a no.
Yes, sister.
Yep, defend your valor. Odin's final Valkyrie Queen. At one time, she was Freya's handmaiden, friend, and trusted confidant. Mimir has called her a traitor, but it was clear she believed she was the one betrayed. Freya had spoken highly of her ambition, her conviction, and her unyielding loyalty. These would be admirable qualities in a warrior, yet in the end, her loyalty proved misplaced in Odin. Even after his defeat, she met her end with dignity, though Freya took no satisfaction in delivering it. Oh, man. That kind of sucks, because we've... You know, I was gonna say we made friends with the other Valkyries, but the other Valkyries, you know, weren't actually working for Odin willingly. Must she always play the victim, as if she has no hand in shaping her fate? In her eyes, her brother abandoned her because of his selfishness, not because she was domineering and controlling. She was exiled from her own realm because her husband was evil, not because she caught conspiring behind his back. Her son was unjustly killed because of a vengeful foreigner, not because she drove her own son to madness. That one's true. And when I kill her, Freya will tell whomever will listen in hell that it was because her former handmaiden betrayed her, not because she deserved every single thing that happened to her. Oh, man. Okay, we got... Ooh, this is Freya's. That's a cool attack. At this point, it's like, I mean, I'll give it a try. But we really don't have anything else to do as far as like stuff that I think needs to get done. We finished the Berserkers. We finished the Valkyries. It was really good to fight a Valkyrie again. That just felt like old times. They even kept some of the old moves, which I was really excited about when I saw it. Oh man. I wish I had more to do that was actually like worth doing. I mean, I think I have like some collections or stuff. I think I'm still missing some flowers and maybe some worms. I might grab those off camera really quick and then take them back and record what happens when we give them to their specific owners, like when we go to Ratatoskr with the last worm. And I have to find where the final hell opening is. That way we can go and tell Hraesvelgr that we finished that for her. So I'll probably do a couple more things. I might actually 100% this real quick just because I don't want to go to the funeral. I don't want it to be over with and I really don't want to go to the funeral. But it is something that I have to do. you know, these fights weren't too bad considering I have been gone for a very long time. And I've been gone long enough to like read a couple of comments. There's been nothing spoilery for the end, but like the only thing we have left is the funeral. And one thing has been particularly annoying, and that is people trying to say that, you know, we aren't playing on Give Me God of War. So I'm just gonna let that rest there for a second. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go finish up the collection missions, and you guys will see me again when we take the worms to Ratatoskr, we go see Hraesvelgr about the hell openings, and I don't really know what else there is to do besides the funeral, so okay, let's jump into that, I guess. Another remnant of Asgard coming up. Oh, it's not this way. I don't even need that. Not that way. Excuse me, Freya. Is it this way? Yes. It feels so weird being on this side of Muspelheim. I miss the old trials. I'll say it. These trials in Ragnarok here, kind of easy. Too easy. Too easy to the point that doing them didn't really feel like an accomplishment. It kind of just felt like a waste of time. I miss the old ones. The old ones were challenging. Alright. Let me get over here. Grab that. Ah, I can do it with the blades. Alright, what am I fighting? You guys just have all kinds of little shields. Who's doing something? Oh. A little bit confused there. Eh. I know. Oh man, you got that shield back up quick. Oh. Freya, how you... Oh. I was about to ask, how are you holding up?
Oh. Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
I got it. Really?
Seems for every camp we destroy, we find 2 more.
It's almost impressive.
Freya, what does this say? Oh wait, I can read this now, never mind. Oh, Valhalla rises. It does not. Oh, I wish it would just take me straight there, but you know what? I think we got the gist of what it said without having to actually read it. Alright, so that takes care of that here in Muspelheim. Oh, Muspelheim is completed. Oh. I guess we're done here. I kind of want to go see the pretty place one more time. Oh, wait, oh, you know what we should, because Freya hasn't seen, the Spark of the World. Freya, you probably have already seen it, but I want to show it to you. Also, do you have any comments on the Forge? I would love to hear them. Muspelheim is kind of pretty in its own way, I'm not gonna lie. Apocalyptic, volcanic late world, but, you know, it's pretty. Freya, come look at this pretty place. I kind of want to put my house here. Oh wait, I can't go that way. Trying to think if there's anywhere else specific that we went with Atreus that was kind of cool that I would like to take Freya back to, just to see if there's any commentary. Because I feel like Freya would have something interesting to say about this place. Spark of the world. It's still so pretty here. I could move here. It's like, I don't know, it's looking into vast nothingness, but it's still really pretty. I need to take a screenshot of this and make it like my background. It's so... It's not Surtur. Oh, it's you.
What
Hi,
happened?
Tyr.
Surtur sacrificed himself for Ragnarok.
Perhaps he was able to find peace after all. I always felt sorry for him and Sinmara.
She's still alive, if you wish to speak to her.
I was in Niflheim briefly. A weeping emanates from the realm. I think she's grieving. And may grieve for a long while yet.
So you just gonna sit here and meditate? I guess. I don't know. Like, I want to know more about real Tyr, but also that whole situation with fake Tyr and then Brock dying and then this guy just being so aloof and wanting to be alone. I don't know. It feels in some ways anticlimactic and also, I don't know, it's like bittersweet in a way. Because the whole purpose of this journey was like, where's Tyr? And then we had fake Tyr. And now that we met real Tyr, I don't know. He's not enough for me at this point. Maybe, you know, if there's another game, there should be another game, right? We'll get a little bit more of his side of things. Because, I mean, obviously he is well-traveled. He has hieroglyphics on his arm. So I would love to talk to him about those types of things, but right now he's just getting readjusted with the world. And you can't blame him. He's kind of been imprisoned for a very long time. Can I even go back this way? How do I get home? Oh. Yeah, you can't blame him for wanting just time to himself to get readjusted, especially because the world is wholly different from how it was when he had been free. So he does need time to adjust, and I can respect that, but also... I don't know, it just gives me a weird feeling. I'm just not satisfied with the fact that we found him. Oh, this way? Alright. Gotta get back to the realm door. And then figure out what else we have left. So we've done Muspelheim. Alfheim is completely finished. I think there's a handful. I never trust these. Like, I know it's nothing, but I don't trust it. There's probably something left in Midgard. I still don't know where the other Hell Gate is, the other Hell opening is. And I don't know where that final tassel worm is. I kind of want to look around on my own for a bit because obviously it seems like Tyr is in certain areas just kind of chilling. So I would like to run into him and get more dialogue out of him. But also if it becomes too much of a hassle at this point, I honestly might just, you know, look up where to find things. Because the map gives us specific areas to look in. But not, you know, specific locations. Unless it's like something we've already discovered, like the Asgard parts. There we go. Where to now? Yeah, Midgard has buried treasure. I don't care about the buried treasure. That can stay where it is. Svartalfheim. It says I have nothing in Jotunheim. Maybe I need to go back. Helheim. All right, Vanaheim. Something in the garden. Remnants of Asgard. I might just do those on my own because those are pretty quick fights. The plains is pretty much set. Celestial Altar. I don't really know if I really gain anything from clearing out these Asgardian remnants. Oh, there's something undiscovered right in front of that gateway. When did I throw the axe? Here we go. And we want to go... Oh, it's an undiscovered gateway. What? Okay, we'll check that out after we do the Veiled Passage. And it seems like I might need... There's nothing...
Vanaheim, then.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like Lady Sif managed to convince the old boar to shelter the Aesir refugees.
It was his idea.
Oh?
To foster peace among the Vanir and Aesir.
That's brilliant. Shifty bastard must be trying to prove he can out-diplomat me.
At least he's not convincing her to marry someone, like some other diplomats would.
A deservedly low blow, Your Majesty.
Anytime.
Aww. See how out here doing Tai Chi.
Regarding security. An equal force of Vanir and Einherjar must be present at all times.
Kratos, Freya, welcome back.
Hi.
Mimir.
Lady Sif,
Freya.
it speaks volumes seeing you here in person. The first of the Aesir to visit us in peace.
Really, Your Majesty?
It's the capacity of the Vanir's forgiveness that speaks volumes.
We know Asgard was more than Odin and his Einherjar. If they'll help us rebuild, they're more than welcome to stay.
Aesir and Vanir living together. I never thought it possible.
I imagine a severe lack of options for the Aesir helped ease things along.
Oh, Mimir. It has truly been a pleasure not listening to your prattling commentary for the last 100 winters.
Aww.
Well, excuse me, milady.
100 winters of Mimir bleating at court? I think I'd rather be exiled.
Indeed.
They're so mean.
I have.
Really? Do tell.
Well, everything appears to be in order here, diplomacy administered, and all's well. Let's leave these two to their planning, shall we?
They're so mean. I love Mimir's commentary.
Back to it then. Where can we set up the farmsteads and the granaries?
We don't do that kind of thing here. This realm provides us what we need.
What if the winter is harsh, or if the food spoils?
Then we hunger, and we learn. Perhaps had you not burned Freyr for trying to teach you...
I did not light that fire. But I was there to witness. Even in death, Odin's legacy of poor leadership endures.
Working together, we can break that cycle faster than apart.
And then they just both immediately look down. They're gonna make a good team. And now for you.
You saved them, Freya.
I did nothing.
No, I did nothing.
You were in
Scratching
prison.
tally marks into a cell while the world ended around me. You returned to your people. You endured their hatred. You helped them become more.
Freyr and his soldiers.
They survived. They endured. But there's a reason the tide turned when the goddess Freya returned home. Your love of this place. I can feel it.
Aww.
Smell it in the breeze. Anyone can. That love makes you strong. Makes your people strong. It's why you won.
Thank you.
I like him. I do. I don't want it to seem like I don't like him. It just feels so weird to like just have him here. And kind of be who I expected all along. I'll leave him to his Tai Chi. Have fun, my guy. Oh, but the elves aren't here. Alright, I guess I'll let him do his thing. I'm gonna run off and take care of these remnants of Asgard really quickly. Alright, we got 2 here. Maybe I should go and figure this out, because this has been on the map for a while, and I really just don't... I don't know who Blatten is. I have no idea why that person has been on the map, but I guess we'll go figure it out. Okay, this Blatten fight, whoever this is, it better be worth it, because I tried getting here another way, and that way was blocked off, so obviously I went in the wrong direction, and then I basically had to backtrack the entire length of Vanaheim. At least the bottom part of Vanaheim. In order to get to what I hope is the area I'm supposed to be in. Is it the dog? Oh. Who are you? Okay, I guess this is Blatten. I was expecting an Asgardian. Okay, I guess. Get that break in. Oh god, okay. I haven't done a hold on one of these in a very long time. Oh. Oh, I'm fine. I'm gonna go grab this really quick. Excuse me. That really does not stun the way I used to think it did. Oh god. I knew that was a bad one. Whoop. Freya, protect me. Never mind, Freya. I got it. Oh. I was like, why is your health bar still there? Okay, I have no idea what that was about. Can I get a journal entry on that one, please? Or not. Okay, is this thing in the journal? Okay, we're looking for a Blatten. Encountered this creature in the jungles of Vanaheim. Freyr later told me the legend he carried with him. Stories of his fierceness were told to young Vanir children to keep them in line. She would not say how much Vanir blood had been spilled by his claws, but from the of her voice, it was no small amount. With the beast slain, the parents will need a new way to scare their offspring into obedience. Have I done that before? No. That was weird. Okay, it's over with. Well, Vanaheim is not 100%. That had nothing to do with something that I was missing. What am I missing? A Norn chest. I'm not gonna beat myself up over that one, I've already said. Ah, the good old days. Before everything was cold. Okay, well that took care of that. I mean, we got materials out of it, but then again, the materials really don't matter but so much to me, given the fact that it's the end of the game. Have I been over here? Yeah, right? That's where you drop down. Okay. It doesn't say anything's over by the council. I really wanted to see the Council of the Valkyries again, but I've tried to get over there, and it just does not seem possible. Maybe it's back home? The tassel worm? We've been to see Chaurli. No, this is where you go when you, like, jump off that little cliff thing. So what's this? Alright, I'm not going to spend too long looking for this. Because there's also the possibility that it's just in, what's the other place that I haven't really cleared out that well? We've done Helheim, we've done Niflheim, we've done Muspelheim. Oh, the land of the dwarves. I'm missing a handful of things in the Dwarven realm. So if this isn't a Hell's Tear somewhere over here, because I still am missing one of those, or my tassel worm, then we're just gonna go to the dwarves. And this works out because there's a gate right there. Is it that way? It's like if you were to turn here. What's up here?
What's that?
What? Oh, it's one of... What does this mean? I've seen one in the Dwarven realm, and I've seen one, was it in Alfheim? Ooh. What's that? The Eternal Campfire.
An abandoned camp.
Whoever was here left long ago.
So pretty. Oh my god, it's so pretty.
What did you find?
A list of provisions needed to prepare a meal.
A recipe? Who left that way out here?
Let's take a look at the ingredients. Perhaps the recipe will lead us to them.
Okay. Oh, apparently, okay, we have a brand new mission right as I'm trying to clear up everything. I mean, this has to be an Asgardian, right? Find the recipe's ingredients. Oh, isn't Freya's flower mission called Across the Realm? Last remnants of Asgard. It is. No? Find the prong fruit, find the bantam melon, an elven cap, Nordic gourd. Recipe required Nordic gourd from Midgard, somewhere near the camp. From Alfheim, don't know much about fungi, wish to remain true to recipe. Grows in the crater in Vanaheim. Okay. All right, I guess we're on a cooking mission now? All right, Freya, please help me find this, gourd. Because Midgard's kind of frozen over?
Do they match the ones in that recipe book you found?
Yes.
I imagine we might find one of those ingredients around here. Ah, I knew I recognized those initials.
Oh.
The Ballad of Yari and Somar.
I'm not familiar.
An old tale, but a good one nonetheless. The carving marks their passage through this realm. We could always try and find the others if you're curious.
Okay, so the ingredients are by the signs. If so, then I know where the one in Alfheim is, and I know where the one in Alfheim is in the second sand area. And the one in the Dwarven realm is by the Great Forge, right before it. Wait, then what was the other one? What was the other one? Okay, so we know where that one is. I don't know where the Vanaheim one is. I wonder if it shows up on the map? We literally just got out of there. Oh, I actually wonder if that is what I am missing as opposed to this Nordic chest. Huh. It says it grows in the crater. Did I ever find the graffiti in the crater? I'm calling it graffiti because I really don't know what else to call it. The initials? Trying to remember if I did. Maybe? Okay, I'm gonna go collect from where I know the ingredients are, where I know the initials are. And then we'll try Vanaheim again soon after.
Another carving from Yari and Soma.
Oh, I never realized that the statue of Freyr has Ingrid. I never realized that the statue of Freyr had Ingrid. Okay, that's cool. All right, there we go.
It is an ingredient from the recipe. How did they reach this realm?
Oh, they were well versed in realm travel. You see, Yari was raised a Midgardian warrior. Meant to fight in the family's wars, find a wife, die for glory. But here it is. He left.
He followed his own path.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found their mark in other realms as well.
Okay. You know what? If I am going to head back to Vanaheim, I might as well grab that Nornir chest. I told myself I wasn't going to bother with it. But if we're going to be there, we might as well. That's that completionist in me kicking in when I said I wasn't going to worry about it. But if we're going to run right back, we might as well. Oh no. Can I not get it from this? I can.
From Yari and Soma here.
Mimir, tell me more of Yari.
After leaving his family, he wandered the realms in search of something unnameable. But in all his wondrous travels, nothing satisfied him. Until he met another wanderer in search of something similar. Unnameable. He was called Soma.
Let us find the final ingredient.
Lucky for us, I happen to know exactly where this one is. I think there's a gate right next to it too, right? Let's see. No, it's not that. It's not that one. We need to go to the forge. Or at least right beside the forge. Alright, Freya. We need to go this way. It should be right around these corners. This area is also really pretty. Vanaheim is still the prettiest to me, but I love this area too. Should be right over here.
Another carving.
Got it.
The meeting of Yari and Soma.
Ah, right. So the two agreed traveling together might be beneficial.
And less lonely.
Aye. Their bond with each other grew quickly, and the meals they shared became legendary. It was said that to dine with them could sustain you for weeks.
That was the last of the ingredients.
We could take them back to the cauldron in Midgard.
Oh, are we cooking? Okay, I guess we are cooking. Okay, I have this to get back into the apple core, or I could go there if I needed to. Oh, okay, this is showing up. That is great. That is a remnant of Asgard. Okay, I'm probably going to go to the bottom of the area via the train and then yeet my way over to the very beginning of this realm where we started in the wetlands, go do the Asgard remnant, and hopefully what is on the map is either a tassel worm or a Hell's opening. It has to be one of the two. Turns out I had the worm the whole time.
Look who made progress finding lean worms.
Yeah.
Go on now, ring the chime, show the boss what you got.
All right, Ratatoskr, I'm sorry this took so long.
I have retrieved your children.
Oh.
And finally, my little family is complete. Anyhow, was there something else you wish to talk about?
Nope.
We have not yet found all of your creatures.
Yes, we did.
We will continue to here.
Take your last child.
Wise beyond its years, this one. You can see it in its eyes. All of the little ones are now safely settled in their new home. You have my gratitude.
Thorough job. My respect.
You sought the dragon's offspring. Why?
To alleviate my heart-rending loneliness, of course.
Oh, that was awfully forthcoming of you.
I normally wouldn't be so candid, but it appears that Anxious Squirrel has learned a thing or two from you about, what was it? Not caring about how others perceive you? So I will permit you this one glimpse of my weakness.
Oh.
To require others is not a weakness.
My goodness. I had not expected such emotional intelligence from one of your... girth?
I do not care.
Oh, well, this was a delightful conversation. What else is there?
Aw, my philosophical boy, my philosophical man. Okay, we have brought the children home. Okay, let's go tell Hraesvelgr that we have finished up those portals for her. Go see my favorite giant bird. It's the only giant bird I really know, but that makes her my favorite. Okay, which way? It was this way, right? It was this way. Oh, there you are. How are you doing, my friend? Okay. Mimir, translate to bird.
Knew the tears were closed. And there's no reward for closing them, I'm afraid.
I expected. Yeah.
Well, then I wouldn't advise staying. She's a corpse eater after all.
We'll be going then.
Aw, she kinda cute though. I like the giant bird. Okay. Well, that is taken care of. One last thing off our docket. Still have to at some point go to Jotunheim and figure out what is undiscovered over there. And we have to go cook a meal. We have to go have a meal with our friends. Alright, let's open this up. And honestly, let us... Where is... it's always in the middle. I always forget that it's in the middle. Okay, we need to go to the King's Grave. And then we will make our way over. We will cook dinner. And then we will head into Jotunheim. Finish off the last couple things we really need to do. Alright, let's get down. Grab the puppies. Turns the puppies around. Oh, 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 there you go. There you go, girls. Alright. It was a very short distance.
I see something.
You've been seeing that a lot lately. Okay, I don't really know what you're seeing, but you've been saying that way too often. Everywhere we go, you apparently see something.
Finish the story.
Gladly. It was said that Yari and Sommer first shared a kiss in the fields of Jotunheim.
Oh? How'd they manage to reach Jotunheim?
Don't know. Point is, they went on countless expeditions, each location more beautiful than the last. But they found as they did, the destination became less important than simply traveling together.
And the unnameable thing?
It was home.
Aww.
Yari and Sommer had found it in each other.
That's adorable. I like that story. Oh, ooh, delicious creation warms the body and soul, permanently increases all stats by 5. That would be helpful if it wasn't the end of the story. But what? That is really cool. You know, I didn't realize until someone pointed it out to me. This game doesn't have a new game plus. So maybe they'll implement that at some point. But that would definitely make a couple of these extra things that you want to do a little bit more, not meaningful, but like for gameplay purposes, meaningful. Okay, let's go figure out. There's literally no other places to go besides Angrboda's, but we went there and I didn't see anything the last time. So we're just gonna have to give it another once over. Got to be one final thing here somewhere. Yeah, can I say hi to the yak? No. Angrboda, do you happen to have a collectible anywhere? Or my son? Hi. I think its name is Elsa. Was that right? Oh, I love it. All the soulless creatures can't go that way. Hi, puppy. Angrboda, do you know where my son is? Can you point me in his direction? Okay. Hey, puppy. Look at those sweet eyes.
Good boy.
Fenrir's the sweetest of boys. Kratos also just wants to pet the puppy. Okay. I am seeing nothing. Nothing at all. That is helpful. Oh!
Freya, look.
Oh, this is the flower! Freya! Freya, I have found your last Freya. Where are, okay, there she is. I have found, oh hi guys, your last flower. The wolves have been taking care of it for us.
The flower.
Incredible.
Okay, 9 realms in bloom. Whew. We've done a lot of stuff. We've done everything. Oh, that means I can't put it off any longer. The realms are safe now, but there is much to do, much destruction to repair. Freya, Mimir, and I will see to it together. Hold up, I had a thought. The Valkyries were asking us to take care of Gna, so I would love to go find them and see if there's any dialogue there. But I don't know how to get back to the Valkyries. No, not Lake of the Nine. Is it? It's not the outpost, is it? That's like the only one that reads like it could be. Was there even a Mystic Gateway there? I don't know. But I would love to find where all the Valkyries are, where Sigrun and all of them are. That way we can see if there's any dialogue.
Come on. How are you in there so deep?
Am I hearing voices again?
No.
Someone's out here.
I'm hearing them too. Where? What? It's Atreus' friend, right? The blonde kid? Is he up here? Lunda, have you seen a blonde Midgardian child? He wouldn't go that way. Oh! Oh! Am I blind? Was he standing there the whole time? Oh, yep, he just... Was he there the whole time? Probably. I need glasses.
You are Atreus' friend.
Ah! Oh! Hi! Hey! You're Loki's dad, right?
Atreus.
Saw you at the whole Ragnarok thing. I'm Skjoldr.
The lad who's been organizing the displaced Midgardians. What are you doing?
Oh, Loki told me this story about Odin inviting him to Asgard and giving him an Aesir coin that you threw away, and well, I thought I'd come here and see if I could find it. And I did, if you can believe it. But, it's kind of stuck, because you're, like, crazy strong, apparently. I'm sorry, did you want to keep it?
No.
No. It is yours.
You sure? It's probably really valuable. I mean, that's not why I'm after it, but if I were gonna sell a genuine Asgardian artifact touched by at least 3 gods, I'd expect that'd fetch, well, a whole lot.
Pretty good
Probably
price.
have to buy my own boat, set out, make my fortune.
The coin is yours. Good luck to you.
Thanks. You too. And if you see Thrud, never mind.
You wished word of Thor's daughter.
Thrud? You saw Thrud? How is she?
She is well. She has recovered her father's hammer.
Oh, that's amazing. Don't you worry. She's gonna do good with that thing. She's an amazing person.
I believe
Probably
it.
my favorite. I mean, not like that. She doesn't have time for boys. But, I don't care. She's just great. Is it getting warmer? I feel like it's getting warmer.
You just keep talking.
How about that thaw?
Okay, you have fun with that. How did the coin get all the way over here from the house? Like, I know we're strong, but no, okay. I could see where that throw it would end up there. Okay, I was questioning the trajectory of that for a minute, but you know, I guess it tracks. Okay, you have fun with that. I have to figure out where those Valkyries are. Had to use my old video to backtrack and figure out how to get back here.
Lady Freya. Mimir.
Hey, ladies.
Lady.
Shield maidens.
Blessed Thor. Have you found the traitor Gna yet, dear Freya?
Indeed.
She is no more.
Told you Freya would wreck that miserable...
Did you rip her wings off?
Tell me you ripped her wings off.
I wanted
Surely you
to.
tore her spine out through her back. Classic finish. It's what I would have done.
Oh.
Freya was swift and just in her final assault.
Oh, ladies, if only you could have been there.
You will tell us the whole story one day.
Okay, I also wanted to rip the wings out. Because we did do that to the other Valkyries. I figured that's probably why Sigrun was asking. She's probably like, you ripped our wings out, you might as well have done that to her too. Okay. We have found the Valkyries. Oh man, I don't think I can put off the funeral any longer. I think that's the next thing on our docket. Okay, Freya. Let's go do the thing that I have been putting off for a very long time. As long as I possibly could.
Profane alternate lyrics to my ballads. Absolutely disgusting. But now I wish I could remember some of them.
The paperwork that man created for me. I had to build a chest just for his violations. A big one.
I taught him 20 different ways to cold forge a bolster. Once, he taught me a slightly easier method of wire pulling, and from that day on called me his apprentice.
A true asshole he was. Gods, I'm gonna miss him.
Hi, y'all made it. Just about to send him off.
Oh, where's Sindri? Oh, is he not coming to the funeral?
I have met many on my travels. You are one of the few I would call friend.
I always thought you were one of the dumbest creatures I'd ever met. Didn't expect you to be the bravest, too.
This world is a darker place for your leaving it.
We're taking him to the Sverd Sands. It's, in the wetlands near the ferry. We'll wait for you there.
No. Is Sindri not going? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, can I just fast travel in? Oh, man. I guess we'll take the gateway over, but I'm gonna be so sad if Sindri doesn't attend the funeral. Man. Oh, is Atreus gonna go? Oh no, this is... I don't think this is where I needed to be. Unless I can take this up? Oh, Atreus is off doing his giant stuff. And of course, it's a very slow ascent.
I should have changed. Sewn some mourning garb. We're not dressed properly.
We're fine. The dwarves don't typically require formal wear at funerals.
Brock certainly would not.
Perhaps.
Still, now you've got me thinking of what I might look like with some jewelry around my neck stump. Maybe some gold woven into my beard. That'd be quite fetching, eh?
Thanks for trying.
Oh, did he get a little giggle huff out of her? You know what, Freya? I don't know what type of outfits you have. Her Vanaheim outfit is like very clean and crisp. That's new. I haven't seen that before. Would it be weird if we put on this that she wore when she was mourning her son? Like, I love the Valkyrie armor. Too late, I've already done it. And then I'm just gonna stay in my dragon armor. Because Kratos doesn't cry and I'm not going to either.
There they are.
Oh, come on, surely he'll be along. It's his brother.
Let's hope so. Loss can do things to a man. You made it. We can begin.
Oh, what if he doesn't show up, though?
Sindri. Blackpuss.
A hole.
He finally gets it.
Gets bigger the more you take away.
Oh, there's the official credits. Oh. Dang, I was doing okay until that whole comment. I completely forgot that, like, Mimir never... He figured it out in the end. Oh, man. That was a really good ending. I mean, it's heart-wrenching, but... I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this song, but... I follow Hosier on Spotify, so... I knew that he was doing a song for the game. I'll have to listen to this more later. Man. 100% beyond Ragnarok.
I don't know if there's anything beyond the light. Afterlives after afterlives or whatever you. But if there is, I imagine he's causing one crazy ruckus there.
Y'all not know he didn't have a soul? I mean, he had a soul, but...
I wrote that dirge for him.
What's it called?
Something profane.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Forgive Sindri. He's just, I mean, you know.
Yeah. Man. It's probably a good thing I didn't do this particular ending immediately, because it probably would have broke me after, man, the big finale of Ragnarok was so emotional looking back at that episode of just my reaction to everything. It's probably a good thing that I did not immediately jump into this. You coming, Freya? Yeah. I guess it's time to kind of do our final breakdown of the game, which I kind of want to do at Sindri's house, considering so much has happened in that area to get to that point, to get to this point. But overall, it's a masterpiece of a game. It truly is. It's beautiful in every single way. I love the characters. I love the progression of the game. The side quests are so much fun and they add so much to the characters. And really, I am interested what people's experiences are like when they just bulldoze straight through the game rather than doing some of the side quests and learning more about certain characters, because you just get so much backstory on side characters just from roaming around on the boat or being in the sled. Like, for instance, learning about Sif and how she was as a parent to Magni and Modi. And it makes you feel for Magni and Modi, because even though they were terrible people when we met them, which led us to having to kill them, it was kind of one of those nature versus nurture things where they were nurtured to be the way that they were. So you just gain so much from kind of just taking your time with this game, and that's one thing that I really enjoyed about the last game and this game. The amount of things you can learn just from enjoying the world, basically. But everything about this was beautiful. I have absolutely loved the progression of Kratos' character from what we saw of him in the original games to who he is now, being this mature father figure who raised a kid, and then he had to let that kid go. And that scene is so hard to look back on because I've been able to watch some of my friends react to the ending since I finished it. And it literally, in that moment where you're watching Atreus leave to go with Agrabota back to Jotunheim or wherever it is he's going, because he's not in Jotunheim from what I can see, it feels like you, the player, are watching your kid leave. And I don't know, that was just such a well-shot moment. And Atreus, I'm really interested to see if the next game...
If Sindri will ever come back. Can this place ever feel like a home after what happened here?
I never thought I'd miss their bickering. But it's really not the same place without those two, is it?
No.
We will maintain it until his return.
I'm interested to know if the next game is going to be a continuation of Kratos' story or if it's going to focus more on Atreus. I'd be happy with either one, but honestly, let's all be honest, Kratos is still the more interesting of the characters, and maybe that's just because, like, Atreus is still a child, and he's been played in the past two games in a way, or portrayed in a way that has annoyed a lot of players, like, from being just an annoying, disagreeable preteen in the 2018 version to keeping secrets from Kratos and trying to do his own thing and really causing a lot of trouble in this game. He's likable as Atreus, but we don't have the attachment to him that we do for Kratos. So I am interested to see where the next game is going to take us, because I'm sure there's going to be a next one. There has to be. Simply because, like, Atreus is going off and learning who he is as Loki. We finally have Tyr back, and Tyr's big thing is that he has traveled between realms to other pantheons. So we will hopefully be getting insight from him at some point. And the Tyr situation, first off, nothing about getting Tyr in this particular, and from the start of the game, set right with me, because from the very first, like, 30 minutes of the game where we meet Odin, which is an absolutely epic moment, meeting Odin and Thor. Odin's whole, don't go looking for Tyr or else bad things are gonna happen, and then we go looking for Tyr and absolutely nothing happens. And plus, finding Tyr is just too easy. You're telling me that the guy that betrayed Odin and made it impossible for him to get the thing that he's always wanted, which was to go to Jotunheim, he's keeping this war criminal, this betrayer, in some random, basically unguarded mine in the Dwarven realm. It was all too easy from the beginning, but it was sold really well because logically, when you think about it, the guy's been tortured for what, 100+ winters or so, 100+ years. He would be the paranoid, anxious mess that we thought he was when we first met him. So it was easy to kind of like fall into a false sense of security, being like, this is just a traumatized man who's seen too much war in his life and wants nothing to do with it. But then it's kind of started to unravel as time went on, especially with his insistence that Atreus should find his destiny, figure out who Loki is. And if that means going to Asgard and going to Odin, then so be it if it means finding your destiny. That never sat right with me because obviously Tyr, alongside Freya and Mimir, should be one of the people who knows Odin well enough to never trust Odin. And the fact that he was pushing Atreus down this path, calling him the champion, calling him Loki, telling everyone, oh, Atreus is in Asgard, that's fine, he'll figure it out, he's a smart kid. It started to unravel very quickly. And then the trauma of him killing Brock, Oh man, it had to be Brock though. It really had to be Brock because from my personal reaction and then seeing other people's reactions, I don't think you could have killed anyone else and gotten that sense of urgency that you get from killing Brock, because I remember saying this, but I don't remember if I was saying it to Chad or I was saying it to someone else. Mimir is Kratos' best friend, but Brock is like the oldest friend. Like Brock was the first person we met in this journey who tried hard to build some form of bond with Kratos that actually stuck. So you wouldn't have gotten that same reaction had you killed anyone else. But the trauma of it being Tyr, or like fake Tyr that kills Brock, really makes finding the real Tyr a bit bittersweet and anticlimactic, if I'm being completely honest, because we went through so much.
Yeah. Did I do enough to prepare Atreus?
The lad survived bloody Ragnarok. I should think he's as prepared as anyone could be.
To survive, yes, but to love.
Brother?
Angrboda. Does he?
Oh?
Well, there were certain topics on which I suppose I may have been a touch more approachable. I did my level best to teach him the ropes.
Oh no.
And you taught the boy to woo.
To be perfectly honest, brother, I taught him how I wish I'd wooed.
Mimir had the talk with Atreus, and we never heard that. Oh my god. What was I saying? Finding the real Tyr and him being who I originally expected Tyr to be, this kind of calm and collect god of war. I don't know. It felt almost bittersweet and anticlimactic, given everything that we went through with fake Tyr. And I really hope that there is more to come from the real Tyr in the next games, because we can learn so much from him, given the fact that he's been across realms. He has hieroglyphic tattoos. There is so much that we can learn from Tyr, and he can open doors into different games or different realms so that we can explore them. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, I've loved every part of this. I really enjoyed being able to mend Kratos' relationship with Freya. Her storyline with her brother was great. Being able to see Freyr once again, I called it. I remember way back in my trailer reaction when I was trying to figure out who Kratos was carrying through Vanaheim, because originally I thought it was Freya until I realized it was a male body. So then I was like, Freya has a twin brother, and it was great to see Freyr. I thought he was a really enjoyable kind of comic relief. I knew he was going to die though, because Freyr does die in a fight in Ragnarok against the giant Surtur. But he was so fun. He was like a frat bro, always drinking. He really did kind of stumble into fame, quite literally, and that's something else when it harping back to, if you don't just kind of take your time with the game, there are things you don't know. The fact that Freyr has done nothing impressive to earn the respect of the elves, he literally just stumbled into his fame. I love that for him, and it's just something really cool to know about him. And I thought it was awesome that Ingrid was his sword. That was very unexpected, but I did like that. I feel terrible about Thor. Thor was a character that interests me since the last game, and he's such a complex character because he really was kind of just a traumatized man trying to please his emotional abuser, his father. And it wasn't until he realized that that loyalty to his abuser was going to hurt his own kid that he tried to break that process, break that cycle. Because obviously he lost his other two kids to Odin, and he didn't want that to happen to Thrud. I really enjoyed Thor, and I'm actually really sad about what happened to him. I know he was a bad guy, did terrible things, but I do like the complexity of his character of Sif's. I really want to see Thrud again at some point. I love that she was able to get her hands on the hammer. There's so much I could continue to say, but this was such a lovely game. And then that very end point of finding the Jotun shrine, and it has like a secret back to it, and it's Kratos being worshipped, which is something that, like Odin said, has anyone ever worshipped you? Could you even understand that type of love? Kratos has never had that. And part of me likes to think that maybe it's a little bit meta in some ways, because yes, we could go on to further games and Kratos could become this beloved god to mortals, but I do think it's kind of meta from Santa Monica Studios of acknowledging that thousands upon millions of people who have come across the God of War franchise are in some ways worshippers of Kratos. Kratos is worshipped and beloved by people, maybe not in the game yet, but definitely in the real world. So I don't know if that was the intention, but that's how I'm going to take it, because I think that's really sweet. I think that's really nice to acknowledge how powerful this like story has been. It was great. It was great. I'm like at a point where I'm rambling because I don't want it to end, which I don't think is something that has happened yet in one of my playthroughs, because I've always kind of just been satisfied enough with an ending where I'm like ready to end it after my final thoughts, but I kind of don't want this to end. So I really hope, you know, at some point, maybe in the next coming year in 2023, they'll maybe like something will get leaked where they're talking about the next God of War game that they're going to do and whether or not it'll be a continuation of Kratos' story, or if we'll be passing the torch to Atreus and it'll go from God of War to God of Mischief. But it was lovely. It was great. I really enjoyed it. I like that Odin died, because I was really, really concerned that we were just going to keep him in that marble and then he would become a problem later on, which is such like a series thing to do. I feel like it's happened in so many movies and TV series where you don't kill the villain so the villain comes back. Very much the fault of the Batman franchise in my mind, which I understand he has his own morals, but whatever, kill your villains. So I do love that Sindri came in and took care of that problem for us, and you know, maybe in the future Sindri will forgive us, because in some ways, it is Atreus' fault that Brock died in the way he did by being so insistent that we go get Tyr. That when we finally bring Tyr back, it's a trick the whole time. So in some ways, Atreus and Kratos are directly responsible for Brock's death. But I think what's happening with Sindri right now, there's a lot of self-guilt, because Sindri made the conscious decision to go and get Brock's soul from the Lake of Souls, knowing that it was missing Brock's direction. So no matter how Brock would have died, he could have died from disease, a stray arrow, a bear attack. I'm just listing random things. No matter how Brock would have died, with or without the influence of Atreus and Kratos, Brock never would have seen an afterlife, because his soul didn't have a direction anymore. So because of Sindri's actions, no matter what purpose or what random way Brock died, the result would have been the same. Brock would have never seen the afterlife, which is the saddest part of Brock's story. And I think that is something that Sindri is going to have to battle with, that particular harsh ending to Brock's story is his fault, is inherently his fault, which is rough. So I do hope that at some point Sindri comes around, because I do hope we get more out of this franchise. I do hope that if we do go on to see other pantheons, I'm personally hoping for maybe the Egyptians, that we will continue on with Freya and Sindri. And of course, I don't think we can do it without Tyr, because once again, Tyr is a traveler of the realms. But lovely, lovely game. 10 out of 10. It was perfect. I feel like it should have won Game of the Year. Elden Ring was amazing in its own way, but I do think when it comes to storytelling, God of War should have won Game of the Year. But that's just my personal opinion. I truly hope that you guys have enjoyed this God of War Ragnarok playthrough. We're done here. It's been magical. It's been great. As for what is coming next on the channel, patrons have had access to my Walking Dead Telltale playthrough, at least season 1, for a while now. So those are going to start going onto YouTube. On Twitch right now, we are playing The Witcher 3 and Dark Souls 3, and I'm not quite sure what is going to happen next for a pre-recorded series. Besides The Walking Dead Telltale, there are so many games coming out this year in 2023, but there are also so many games that I have not played that people keep telling me I need to play. Top of the list is it's not a remaster, it's like a remake of the Tomb Raider series where she's like the survivor young Lara. I've seen a little bit of that, and I think I started one of them, but I dropped the game very quickly. I'm a fan of the older Tomb Raider games. I played what was it, Angel of Darkness or Angel of Death? I played that one way back in the day. Legend, Anniversary, Underworld. There was one in between that I remember playing. So I played the other Lara Croft games. So I would love to play this remake. And a lot of people are shocked that I have never played an Uncharted game. So I do think that is something I'm going to have to jump into at some point and finally learn a little bit about Nathan Drake, because I've seen 1 or 2 clips of the very beginning of the 4th game where he meets his brother, but I've never seen anything from the original 3. So I'm thinking at some point we need to make our way through that series and play that. Those are just 2 things that are top of the mind as far as playthroughs that I need to get to at some point. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated on what is going to happen with the channel from this point on. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this lovely, lovely series. And I'm going to stop rambling because it's obvious I don't want this to end, but it has to at some point. So I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me again, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Bye now.